Hello, 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 everyone. Today is Monday Fun Day yet again. I'm gonna give people time to come on in, come on in. Today, Hat Day. We're gonna do Hat Day today. Yeah, it's like some days you gotta just throw that hat on. It rained first, then it snowed, and now I don't know what it's gonna do, but every few minutes it's doing something. And my hair is like, yeah, we was good. We was cool with you. Then you switched up the weather on us. Don't want to switch the weather up on your hair. It's already temperamental. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump on in when you guys get in here. I don't want you to miss anything. Ask questions uh like you feel. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. We all had those same questions, same questions. So anyway, just don't ask the question, well, why she wear the hat today? Because the weather keeps switching up on my hair. My hair like, girl, we quit. We quit. We give up. That shrinkage is real, okay? Ask a guy. Ask a guy. But anyway, yes, that's a punch shot at the guys. That's because the guys be late. So they didn't hear that comment. So anyway, today we're going to talk about Mother's Day, or should we say mothers and teachers. Okay. So first I want to say I'm going to start with a little story. Well, I'm going to start with a story because you guys aren't in here yet. So I'm going to start with a story. So um, mothers are not just the people who give birth and you can see the kid and everything. You're a mother once that seed has been planted. So, guys, what you have to do is understand that when you drop that seed, no matter you drop seeds all the time, so it doesn't matter to you. You're not really feeling much of anything like a bond or a connection or anything from all the seeds you dropping. But a woman, whenever a woman, whether that pregnancy ends because it was in the first month and the seed just didn't produce to be viable, whatever it is, she's still a mother and she still felt that connection, felt that bond. Then there's the mothers who have rainbow babies. Where and what's a rainbow baby? A rainbow baby is a baby that was born into the world, but it did not stay in the world in order for everybody to see that this woman is a mother and see all of her hard work that she put into having this child and bringing this child into this world. So it's a lot of women out here who are mothers, but they don't get to say that they're a mother because they had circumstances where you can't see the child. She's still a mother. Okay. I want to get that out there and get it all cleared up so that when we're sitting here on Mother's Day, Sunday, we can say, I understand. And every time you pass by a woman and you say Happy Mother's Day, people will understand better why you're saying Happy Mother's Day. Like, do I look like somebody, mama? Let's get back on that. If you are mothering on a child, if you are mothering on a child, whether you had that child yourself or not, if you mothering on that child, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Because all children need a mom. And even if you're not their biological mother, you're still their mom. So because you're loving on them like a mother. Now, it takes a village to raise kids, and it takes all the love of that village to make that child feel loved. So even if that child doesn't call you mom, you still mothered on them. So happy Mother's Day to you too. And to all the aunties out there, the aunties like myself. And imagine this, I'm a great aunt now. So wow, really? So anyway, um, it's also to say happy Mother's Day to everybody who is a great aunt or just a regular aunt because aunties they take up the slack for the moms. Okay, they take up the slack, and they may be the considered the cool mom because mom has to be the disciplinary, and she got to stay. She got to stay with the kid. Aunties get the jet. We get the deuces and we out. So you have to make sure that you understand all of these reasons why moms are moms. And a lot of times you have babysitters who are just mothering on them babies. They are mothering on them babies, especially the good babysitters. They mother on them babies as if those babies are theirs. I know. I used to babysit. Oh Lord, at the church, I was the junior nurse over all the kids, and all the kids had to. Whew, it was a lot of them, and I had loved on all of those children as if they were mine, and I protected them as though they were mine. And a lot of it felt more like um, the a mock mom situation where you raising somebody else's kids as if they're yours, but at some point in time, somebody gonna come take them kids back, take them home, so you can get to grow up and live experiences or whatever. So even babysitters can be considered moms because they're momming on somebody's kids, even if they're just a teenager, a little kid themselves, and that's great practice. But I'm just going to say there is nothing that you can tell somebody once they have pushed out a big head kid into this world, head, shoulders, knees, and toes, and they butt. Oh my God, let's not skip over the butt. And now you want to tell her she gets a day, she gets Mother's Day. Like, mm-mm, mm-mm. We're gonna need more than a day, okay? Let's get it straight. You make us a mother for the rest of our lives because the saying, um mama's baby, daddy's baby. So you're aware that we're a mother for the rest of our lives. So why we only get a day? I understand you get woman's month, but don't short mamas. Mamas need a whole month if you're gonna do anything at all to extend it. We need the whole month. Now the month of May is also my birthday, so I'm gonna celebrate back to back to back. But I'm celebrating the whole month, not just because it's my birthday month, but my birth month. Yeah, I say birthday month because that's my birthday. So it's like people understand. Oh, it's not your birthday. No, it's my birthday month. Okay, I don't care what people say. I earn that. I earn that. So anyway, moms earn the whole month of May because that's the day they decided to give us Mother's Day in that month. So we need that whole month because I know we've seen some women who have struggled with trying to raise their kids, and we pitched in. Even if we've already raised our children ourselves, we still pitched in to help that chick raise the kid. So we don't just stop being a mom because we have an empty nest or because we are not babysitting anymore, or because oh well my sister had kids, I don't, my brother, whoever it is, got kids, I don't. Mm-mm. We don't stop being a mother. It's just innate in us to mother once we've ever been in that experience, once we've ever been in that position to be a mom or to mom on some child. So you will see a child and you just start mothering on that child. I'm not saying go around putting your lips on all these babies. I'm just saying that's a whole different title. You're not gonna get the title of mom. You're gonna get a different title where they're gonna separate you from all children for the rest of your life. So don't go around kissing and hugging on everybody's baby. But you still a mom. Now, if you go around kissing and hugging on kids, talking about you they mama too, mm-mm. You about to get a title. You about to get the clean clean. You're gonna be locked up for a minute, and then when you get out, they're gonna be like, you can't be around kids nowhere. Hey, Bobby, how you doing, bro? It's good to see you on here. It was good to talk to you last night and be with you for your big moment, reaching your milestones. I'm so proud of you, proud of you, proud of you. Oh, I love you so much. Okay, so I want to also say there's nothing that people can understand better than when you tell them the horror stories that you've endured trying to be a mom. So I was in the hospital. I was shy as I don't know what. I was delirious in pain, so deliriously. It was like, oh my goodness. I just didn't know that that kind of thing could happen. I heard the horror stories, but I didn't believe the stories until I experienced it, because I was like, I could not conceptualize how much pain and agony and who would do this. And then it's like, okay, is climaxing going to be worth pushing something out of me that's going to be this big and this painful and make me that crazy, and I'm going to like lose my mind? I'm like, you're not going to lose your mind. Who going to lose their mind? You're not, you the same you. I done seen you drunk, sleep, whatever. I done see, you're not gonna lose your mind. Mm-mm. It's a whole new level of crazy. Okay, a whole new level of mental state imbalance. What they say, emotional imbalance. Yeah, it's crazy. So I didn't know how crazy I had gotten, and still to this day, my husband won't tell me. All I know is that nurse never came back, and I was in the hospital for quite a while. She never came back. I don't know what I said to that woman. And if you are watching today, just understand, I don't know what that was. And you didn't come back in order to tell me. So I couldn't explain anything. And if you did come back, I didn't recognize you. So I was just that crazy. And it's like, you don't remember anything. And a lot of people, they say, well, you got to remember something. You got to remember something, because even when you drunk, you remember something about being drunk. I don't remember anything. I know emotional damage. I said emotional imbalance, didn't I? Because that's what it is. It is a complete imbalance, and you have no idea. So when we talk about celebrating moms, let's remember she went through some changes, whether you can see the progress of what she went through or not. She went through some changes, and you need to be more sensitive and aware to those changes that she endured so that she can bring life into this world, because that doesn't just happen overnight, and she doesn't get to quit in the middle. Now here come the story again. In the middle of me having this baby, I got my legs up. I got a doctor on this side trying to hold my leg up and telling me to push. My husband on this side hold me, trying to tell me to push. Then, because we're at a learning hospital, a whole group of people at the door. And they're like, oh, hey, mom, can we come in and watch? I'm like, can you come in and watch? Don't nobody ever tell me that I don't support doctors, because as shy and personal as I am, I said, all right, y'all, come on, come on, come on. So don't you ever tell me that I don't support doctors just because at a moment you saw something that you didn't understand. I support doctors. Like, y'all want to see what? I got, it's a whole lot of people. Let's just put it this way. It's a whole lot of people out there I ain't never slept with that got a whole big old eye full of what glory looks like, what heaven on earth look like. Okay, I'm not cool with that. I'm just not cool with that. And I'm like, okay, can we all get undressed then? If we all gonna be, the name of the game is I show you mine, you show me yours. Okay, don't be having me be out here be the life of the party. I ain't that kind of girl. So everybody stripped. So nobody else stripped. I'm just saying. I was like, everybody take their clothes off except for my husband. The rest of y'all, show me yours, because you looking at, you staring at mine. You all up in my stuff. I'm like, goodness, is the bank? And then I have performance anxiety. Who can perform under such pressure? They're like, there was this one chick up in there. Come on, mom, you gotta focus. I'm telling jokes left and right. They was like, turn her medicine down, the nurse said. Turn her medicine down. They looked at the IV, they looked at me, and they thought they was whispering where I couldn't hear. They said, she doesn't have any medicine in there. It was like, she's not on drugs and she's doing this and she's telling jokes too. Y'all don't understand. I was delirious. I was out of my mind. I'm normally a funny person anyway. So that's not out of my character. But it's the matter of the fact that all these people are in here. And then she was talking about turn down the medicine. Turn up, okay? And she was like, well, mom, you have to focus. And I said, have you had a baby yet? Well, no, I haven't had the pleasure. Well, don't tell me how to be a mom. You can't tell nobody how to be a mom if you've never been a mom, if you've never mothered on a child, if you've never tried to push a child out of what? Where? And then have a full audience? Come on now. You you ain't never, so don't tell somebody how to do what they need to do when you haven't had the experience yourself. So this woman, this poor nurse, I feel sorry for her. At the same time, I have no empathy for her, no sympathy for her, and I don't give a crap about her, okay? Because I'm trying to push this kid out, and y'all giving me performance anxiety. Well, at the same time, you talking about take away her drugs. What? Come on now. Anyway, so I stopped the show right there. I'm like, look, I have performance anxiety. I don't know if I can do this. Moms don't get a chance to give up. You can't just stop in the middle of labor. Who said? Because I did a couple of times. I They say you can't, but the thing about it is, it's going to continue to happen regardless. But it's going to take long or whatever. But the matter of the fact is, we really can't give up. Moms can't give up. No matter how many times we want to throw in the towel, no matter whether we have that drug that's going to help us push the way through, whatever that thing is, it's not necessarily drugs, but they may call it medicine or whatever to help you to focus in on pushing this baby out. As some women, I don't know how they do it, and they the strongest things on earth if you ask me. They do it without any kind of drugs, any medicines, anything, and they're up in there raw dogging in a pool or in the beach, wherever they are, and they out there without anything. Those mamas need a month, okay? You can't just give us a day. We need a month. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine if I went crazy, temporarily insane. Uh, and I had, after a while, I had got some drugs. I can't imagine going through the whole pregnancy without any kind of drugs and still remaining the same character that you are. Them women, if they was able to do that, they need a month. They need a month, and y'all need not question nothing about a mom. Don't even question these. They some boss chicks. I don't care if they're alpha female, beta female. If they the what you call it, the woman who carries the birth for someone who cannot carry the child, especially those women, because you are carrying a whole life for someone else, and then you're gonna get that baby up. My God, they need a month. I don't care. Let's do a whole petition. Give mothers a whole month because it's some ridiculousness. It was a guy. It was a guilt-ridden guy who said, "Okay, mom, I'm gonna when I get the chance, I'm gonna make a Mother's Day just for you." All right. The guilt is over. The realization is out here. We need a month. We need a mother's month. This is mom's month all over the world. I don't care what day it is for around the world, what day of the month it is. Every day that May 1st hits, we need mothers to get recognitions for a whole month because this madness, I don't care how many times you tell a woman what they might go through, they not we're never gonna be ready. We're never going, oh, surrogate. Thank you, Taisha. We're never going to be ready for what we're going to go through. So we need a whole month. And them surrogates are some special women. Oh my God. You can never get enough praise, women. If you were a surrogate to someone, if your sister couldn't bear a child to full term, and you decided to carry that child for her so she can have the experience of being a mom, and you gave that child to your sister, and sisters fight. Sisters fight. Girl, I know y'all done fought over a baby doll before, a teddy bear, maybe even a boyfriend. Okay. But now you're getting ready to have a whole baby for this sister of yours, and she might not be as grateful all the time. Like she wasn't grateful for when you gave her your baby doll, your toy, or you let her have that boyfriend that she liked, but y'all both like. She may not be as grateful all the time. So I say kudos to you, especially if you're doing that for a complete stranger. There's no amount of money. It doesn't matter how much money they give you, how much they take care of you, how much they love on you, or whatever the case is. There's no amount of money that can say thank you enough. But give us at least a month. Give us at least a month to celebrate. And don't be coming up in here with these, oh, I don't have no money because I don't have no job. It's not about money. It's not about you having a job. What you can do though is you can say, okay, well, it's mom's month. See how I just do that in there already? We already get a month. It's mom's month. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna help her comb her hair because I know she be struggling with her hair. They have a whole abusive relationship. Okay. Yes, my sons help me with my hair. So it doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. Help your mama with her hair. Do something. Don't necessarily. It's not about sending her out to get it done. It's about the time that you're spending with your mom. It's about the little things that you're doing that doesn't cost nothing more than your love. I'm not talking about your time. I'm talking about your love. Why is that important? Because no matter how many tangible things you give your mother, the most that she precious and cherishes is your love. Now, if she can feel love just by a video call, awesome. Do that the whole month of May. Just give her a video call. Hey, mom, I know I'm bugging you. I just wanted to say hi. And she see your face, she hear your voice, she see you smile, and she just feel that love. And all you did was a second. It only took you a second. You go over there. I told my sons, I said, look, I'm gonna keep these big old fish tanks so that when I'm old and on your nerves, you still gotta come over. Y'all gotta rotate. All of y'all come over and one of y'all clean this fish tank out every so often. So you gotta come see me. You gotta come see me because you gotta clean a fish tank. You gotta clean a fish tank for me. I can't do it all the time. So cause I'd be like, oh my back, oh I can't lean over this thing, scrubbing over in here. You got and you just come over and help, get on top of the high shelf and reach up there and get us something. Change the batteries in her um um what are you smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector. That don't cost nothing. It don't take nothing but your time. On Mother's Day, go change all the batteries in her carbon monoxide and smoke detector. Go up there and cook something. Why did I say cook? Because it is about your time and the love that you put into what this is doing. So if you cooking for her, you talking to her, you spending time, you just in the vicinity. We talked about this before with guys. And guys, y'all have been selfish because you want women to be in the vicinity, but then you disappear on us and you're not in our vicinity. Just go and be in the vicinity. And when she call your name, stop doing this. Stop cringing. She calling you your name and you cringing. Don't do that. So you be there and you say, okay, I'm going to cook for you. Wait, what did Eddie say? Since this is an interactive show, I'm a mama's boy. We need representation. Real fathers don't just drop seed, take care. Well, yeah, but we talking about what? Mother's Month. See how I keep doing that? It's gonna grow on y'all. If you want, like, we're gonna keep talking about Mother's Day because this is the topic. You're gonna need to stay on the topic. You're gonna need to stay on the topic. We're talking about mothers. See, you'll be paying attention. I think Tony Briscoe said that once already. You'll be paying attention. You'll be paying attention. So anyway, if you're gonna interact in the appropriate way. So anyway, so we have mothers who are just happy to see you. They like, oh, you don't have to cook anyway. She hungry. She gonna have to eat. She gonna have to eat. So you go over there and you cook, and then you sit down and eat with her. And this is the important part of that. Oh, wait a minute, Eddie's saying something again. Let's see what he's saying. Okay, but you better talk about. Oh my God, here we go again. Here we go again. We are not talking about that. We are talking about Mother's Day. Don't you women hate it? I know some fathers hate it too. Don't you hate it when you can't get any attention for yourself because you got these selfish people out here that's like, oh, well, what about me or me too? Or Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. Like, if we could get the concept that Black Lives Matter and we could get over that hump, then guess what we don't have to say? All lives matter. If we could get over the hump of saying Happy Mother's Day and making that an urgency for people to feel like, oh, that's an important time, then guess what's going to also happen? You're going to have the emphasis placed on Father's Day. So let's focus on a time where we need to focus. Let's just breathe. Breathe. So, anyway, So moms are like, okay, if you just watch what she wants, she's going to be into it. And this is the thing, a lot of times guys and they don't really understand how a woman just wants to watch what she wants, just like you want to watch what you want to watch what she watching. And it's a whole different story when it's your mama, when it's your mama watching some stuff and you try to sit down. I don't care if you the same sex as your mama or not, you sitting there watching something and your mama is like, oh man, I can't even imagine watching anything with my mother that's like uh no, I would watch anything with my mother. We clown. I'm just stupid like that. We went into this store one time. Just I'm tell you the story. It's gonna get deep. It's not after 5, but I'm gonna have to tell this story because it's a Mama's Day story. So my mom came to visit me, and we went to this store because I had just had a baby and I didn't know how to buy my stomach. And that's another thing. Women, they have these babies and their stomach bloats up, and now it's all this blubber there that if you don't do something about it, it's gonna fill with air. And that could damage you for a long time if you don't get it under wraps. They don't talk enough about that. They don't. I'm gonna have to get my girl on here, some other mama on here, so we could talk about that and have that banter back and forth about women binding their stomach after pregnancy. And a lot of mothers like me, they breastfed, they nursed, so they understand that touch was very important for the development of that child's brain and and growth. So a lot of women may sacrifice binding their stomach appropriately, um, so that they don't sacrifice the touch that they're giving this child. So there's a lot of women out here who have excess weight on them that you don't understand. That didn't come from eating. Every woman that got weight on her, it's not about, oh, she overeats, oh, she overindulges, oh, so, thank you, Taisha. You don't just lose that. That stuff stay with you unless you do something about it. And everybody, it's not to say, okay, you got to go out there and exercise. That's not true either, because you can exercise yourself to death, and all of that. It's like a deflated balloon. That big old deflated balloon is just sitting there, flopping, 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 flopping. Yeah, that's the owl. Y'all got to meet the owl. Go back to that show where I introduced the owl. But anyway, y'all don't understand. This is why women should have a month. This is why women should have a month. But anyway, so you're sitting there, uh, listening, waiting for me to finish the story about me and my mother going to the store. Okay, so my mom and I, we went to the store, and the only place here that sold any type of thing that you could bind your stomach with. Yeah, we tried Walmart. You know, Walmart sell everything. Anyway, we went to this store, and the only store that sells anything like this is the Triple X store. Imagine going to the Triple X store with your mother. Now, my mom just recently called me and she told me about this. She reminded me of this story. Oh my goodness. So I'm like, I don't know how to do this. So before we could leave the store, I had to try it on so that we would know, uh I would know how to use it and I would know if it fits. So we take the garment and we go into the room to try it on. I don't even know why they have a trial room in there. What are you trying out in the Triple X store? Okay, clearly you tried some, garments that would bind you or whatever. That's what I was doing. I don't know what the rest of you guys are doing. I'm not even asking. It was a rhetorical question. I'm just saying. So anyway, me and my mother go in there, but I get, and this was before um the Don't Say Gay. This was before the alphabet community. I don't want to put one letter before the other and offend anybody. This was before any of the same sex thing was a thing. So we go up in this store together, and we go into this room, this private room together, and it's like the bathroom stall. It's only blocking out so much. So at the bottom you have a big old gap where you can see our legs, our feet, or whatever. And then at the top, way at the top over our head, it's another gap. So you can hear us in there, and we are giggling, we are laughing, and we standing. Our feet are facing like one another, and it's like everybody in the store got real quiet. Like, what are they doing in there? Oh, they loud with it. Oh my God, are they? Oh my God. And it was ridiculous. I'm very shy. So it was embarrassing. It was loud. And we couldn't stop laughing because the more embarrassment that we would feel, the louder we would laugh. And it got to the point where my mama, when she laughs, her eyes closed if she laughing real hard. I couldn't breathe. I can't breathe normally. I couldn't breathe. I'm in the store. I need an inhaler because I can't breathe. I'm laughing so hard. My mama tearing up, eyes running, everything just running. We ain't got no Kleenex. And I still got to try on this garment to see if it's going to bind my stomach properly. Oh my God. If you would go to the Triple X store with your mama, you can definitely talk to her on Mother's Day and for Mother's Month, and watch whatever she gonna watch on TV and deal with however she gonna respond. Now, if your mama watching TV with you and you just trying to spend time with her for Mother's Month, and she say a guy come on that TV and she start telling you how lonely she is and what she needing and what she missing and whatnot, just deal with it. Just bear it, deal with it. Just say, uh-huh, uh-huh. I don't care how horrified you are, because she's still a woman. I don't care how horrified you are, deal with it. Spend some time with your mama. I got another story about how I went to the store. My husband was deployed and he was coming home back from deployment. And I had two kids at this time. But here we go. I still need something from the store. And my mother, my husband's mother is there. So me and mom go to the store. And yes, it's one of them type of stores. I don't have no shame. Mom is mom. She a woman, I'm a woman. We just know. So you just on mom's month. Just spend time with mom no matter what she wants to do. If she wants you to take her to one of them stores, take her to one of them stores. Them stores not going nowhere. Take your mama to one of them stores. What did you say, Teddy? Eddie too said, suffer the cringe. I'm gonna remember that. So when I'm really old and it's mom's month, I'm gonna be like, son, you know what I want? I want to go to one of them stores and see what's new. See what's new out here. What y'all doing? What y'all doing? It's gonna be in that store. And there's so many things that they come up with that's in those stores. It's like, oh wow, that's exciting. What does this do? And yeah, like Eddie too said, suffer the cringe, suffer the cringe. But anyway, so I'm petitioning right now, right here. You see it first here for Mom's Month on the Mother's Day month of May. We need a Mom's Month. So let's get Mom's Month, and you suffer the cringe with mom and just do little random niceties for your mom. And if you got two moms, three moms, four moms, whatever it is, spread yourself out. It's just for the time being. Spread yourself out like she spread herself out when she pushed you out. Spread yourself out and give mom as much love as you can give mom with just your presence being in the vicinity and not cringing. Don't openly cringe. Don't openly cringe. Yeah, I know, right? Don't openly cringe though, because then she's gonna know and she's gonna be like, oh, this gets under your skin. Got him. And she gonna do it all the time. And now you created that monster. You created that monster. So be careful not to openly cringe, because some moms like me, oh, we gonna get you. We gonna get you. Especially once we know how. We really gonna do that all the time. Because that's entertainment. That's entertainment. And when we sitting there reminiscing on how hard it was to push you out, yeah, we gonna sit there and enjoy that. So Mother's Day, let's petition for Mother's Month. Let's petition for Mother's Month for all the reasons that I gave, and because there's no love like a mother's love. Okay, that's why when any woman mothers on a child, it's a certain feeling that you get that you can't get from nothing else. And the reason why you can't get it from nothing else is because it's an unspoken, genuine feeling. And there's not even, it even trumps sex. Imagine that. So go out there, let's petition Mother's Month. Okay, we want Mother's Month. Okay, now I want to get to the teaching part. Before there was ever certified teachers, teaching was an actual profession. It was not acknowledged. Mainly, I think, is because women were the ones who were teaching, and it took a long time before they acknowledged. Just like Mother's Month, it took a long time before they even acknowledged properly the value of teaching and to make it even a profession in the first place. So prior to it becoming a profession, it was people who were knowledgeable teaching people who were seeking knowledge. And the reason why it was successful is because the recipient of the knowledge that they were seeking, they were looking for it. They wanted it, and they wanted it for practical purpose. So this was information that they needed for immediate reason. And that's why it was effective. And a lot of people, they try to make it something more than that because they want to manipulate it for their own purpose, for their ulterior motives or whatever. And that's why it's not successful. So, anyway, when you're learning something to apply it right now, then you understand I got to know this. I have to learn this. And it's not for you to pass an assessment. It's not for you to get a good grade. It is something that you feel vital information that you feel you have to have so you can apply it where it's needed. So fundamentally, the recipient of the knowledge has to be receptive and willing to encode the information in order for the teaching to be effective. Now, what does encoding mean? That means that I see the value in this information. Therefore, I take the value of the information important to me, and I'm going to take that information and I'm going to hold it to close to the front of my memory. And then I'm going to apply this knowledge to my current situation. Then I'm going to remember it so that when this situation reoccurs, I can use it again. So now you understand what encoding is. Encoding is a process. And in order for you to have that process be effective, it has to be something that it has to be relative to something that you, as the recipient, the learner, has taken to be serious and important and of value to you. You can't learn new information like some people do. Eddie, he learns new information and it's like, what you learn that for? I don't know. Just know it to know it. It comes in handy later, maybe. Maybe it come in handy later, maybe it doesn't. I don't know, but some information, some people just know some stuff, random stuff just to know it and never comes in handy. But that's some people think. They like to know stuff. That's fine. But a lot of people want to understand why the teaching process was so effective before it became a profession, a certified profession. Well, let's just say we have a lot of people out here that's talking and they saying things they're not certified to say. They don't have no training, no education on it, and they out here and they just running. They're entertaining, and they need to say this is just for entertainment purposes. And yes, it's thoroughly entertaining, but you're not really learning new information because that person doesn't have the ability to teach you anything more than what their perspective is. But some people take other people's perspective as truth, as okay, because you said it, I'm gonna take it to heart, and if it don't work for you, And what? Okay, it worked for them, but it didn't work for you. You took somebody who didn't know nothing but themselves, and now you're trying to say that this is a universal bit of knowledge and this is going to work as well for you as it worked for them, and that it doesn't work that way. So then you get into a dark space and you're like, well, why is it that it worked for them but it's not working for me? Something must be wrong with me. No, someone said something about what worked for them, but they weren't educated as a teacher. They weren't educated as a psychologist to give you advice. They weren't educated as a marital counselor to give you marriage advice. They weren't educated in relationships to give you relationship advice. They weren't educated as a life coach to give you life advice. There are people out here who this is their job and they have TikToks, they have social medias. Go listen to them and take what they're saying to heart, and hold them accountable for what they're saying, because what they're saying is, it has more validation than some random person who just saying funny stuff that's just really just funny. It's just entertaining. You can take that entertainment and take it to the person who's knowledgeable and educated for this thing and ask them their opinion and their perspective on it. They're educated, they're guided perspective on it. And then you have something to start from, but don't just go out here listen to random people say things and then look around like you don't understand how you got into this dark space that you in, and you don't know how to get out of the dark space you in. You're getting information from, friends and people who love somebody, and it's like you love that person, but at the same time you don't know nothing to be telling me how to be with this person. I'm gonna give an example. When I decided I wanted to marry the man that I wanted to marry, I couldn't just go to random people and be like, "Hey, look, we having problems." Like, I know somebody else is gonna hit on the person that I like, but I have to trust that this person is going to want me more than they want to be wayward. And if they don't, deuces. I don't need you. It's other people. It's a whole long line of lonely people that want your time and attention. So anyway, who did I turn to when I needed help? Who did I turn to when I needed advice? I turned to professionals. Like, ooh, this dude on my nerve. And it is professional people in your life. And if it's not professional people in your life, you need to upgrade. Add some real people in your circle. Some real people like doctors and lawyers. They need friends too. And psychologists, especially psychologists. I don't feel like the traditional schools are utilizing psychologists the way they should. And that, in my opinion, is their biggest downfall. What did Eddie Two say? You should never take. Yeah, you should always look it up. And you should also take it with a grain of salt, even if they're professional. That's why a lot of times when people get a diagnosis that they don't like from a doctor, it doesn't make their certification any less valuable. But you keep going for another doctor to get another opinion until you get to a doctor who's so knowledgeable. This doctor is more knowledgeable than all of them because this doctor has different experiences, and now you getting a diagnosis that yes, you do have this, but we can work with you. We can help you. So if you think about it, your mental state, your mental well-being is important for it's important enough for you to say, okay, even though this is a little thing, I'm gonna go and get a little bit of help so that I can be in a healthy mental state. Like, just because somebody's mama love their son and they tell that girl, so you want to be with my son, huh? She is doing what a mother does. She is not a professional relationship advice person, a marriage counselor. She's just a mom. Just because the daddy say, son, you got a good one there, she fine. And you know good well you just brought her home to play with her. Come on now. Stop taking people's whole word as if they know what the heck they talking about and they not certified, educated, or nothing in this particular field. They barely experienced. They don't even have a working relationship. But you listening to them. They giving you advice about you got some people who are same sex male relationships, but they're commenting on on heterosexual relationships, and you taking their advice. And some people out here are doing themselves harm because they're in such a dark place. They do themselves harm based on somebody who is not educated to tell you anything about your relationship. Why are you why are you in a dark place? I'm telling you right now, because you are listening to people who are not educated in this particular arena, and but they're commenting, and you taking it like, oh, this person said such and such, and it sounded good. Look, you can make it sound good, but you can't make it be good. Okay, it's not good advice. You can't just say, oh well, because he said it, because he looked good said it, because he sound good said it. It don't matter. It ain't right. And that particular part of it is disagreeing with your spirit. So your flesh and your spirit are fighting one another, and you end up in a dark place because it's at war. You're in a war status mentally, and you can't get out of it, and somebody's gonna lose. And your spirit and your flesh may say, and your mentality and your character, and then what happens? Everything implodes. And what happens to your body? It falls flat. It stops moving. There's no more momentum. There's nothing, because you can't take any more. There's a lot of people getting in those dark places more so now than ever before, because everybody has made it hard trending to listen to people who are uneducated tell them something like they getting the education. Now you're not getting the education. What you getting is confused. And why is God not the author of confusion? Because that's a dark place. God is of love, and He doesn't want you to be in a dark place. He wants you to be in the light, in the know. And that's why it's written, with all your getting understanding. Study to show yourself approved. Wise, use wisdom, use wise counsel. All the studies of faith that study any kind of I am factor, the omnipotent supreme being. It all tells you to study to show yourself approved. Why? Because there's some fakeness out here. And you are going to fall prey to it if you are not studying to show yourself approved. And then you fall. You fall. Why? Because you fell out of favor of man. Man was not the one keeping you. Man was not the one helping you like that. They were there for entertainment purposes. As long as it was good for them, they were there. If, for example, there's some people out here, and they got TikToks, YouTubes, and whatnot, telling half truths but whole lies. Why is it a whole lie? Because I know I like to try to help people in a group setting, but I also tell you the truth. And the whole truth is, in order for you to get the help that you need, you must take this little step in this group and take it to someone else who can help you be more specific to your specific needs. Not generally speaking. Generally speaking may get you just a little bit away where you got to go. But you need to understand that you need to take it further so you can help build you in a more detailed, in a more intricate way, in a more productive way for you to stay out of those dark spaces. And once you can do that, then look at those people who are only there for entertainment purposes, likes, subscribes, and comments. What did Eddie Two say? Yeah, my people will perish for the lack of knowledge. And that's because they fail to seek the knowledge, and then they fail to encode it properly, because the things that they can say, oh, he's spitting. Oh, he's so wise. No, he's just making it sound good and look good. You picking it up, but you picking up garbage. She said something and she sound good, she look good saying it, and she got her boobs out there. So I got me some eye candy to look at. Oh, her hair so glamorous, her nails so glamorous, and her nails about as long as this, and she pointing and her fingernails all 3D, like you without the 3D glasses, and oh, I'm so entertained, I'm so thoroughly entertained. But at the same time, you walk away empty. Walk away empty, and that emptiness has a darkness. It carries all mass, has a shadow. So if you think of it like that, everything that has weight has a shadow. And when you picking up all this extra stuff, you picking up some darkness with it. And if it's garbage, why are you picking it up in the first place? Leave it where it's at. Don't pick that up. Don't apply this to your life or think that this person has anything valuable to contribute to your life in order for them to validate whether you pretty enough, whether you handsome enough, whether you make enough money to get you the right kind of guy, to get you the right kind of girl, or whatever it is that these people telling you stupid stuff about. Because none of that, in fact, none of that has anything to do with your happiness. It's some really wealthy people out here driving really great cars, and they'll tell you that don't have anything to do with their happiness. That car could get snatched. That house could burn. That didn't have anything to do with their happiness because that's just material things. It's something deeper than that that's making them happy. And I can guarantee while those material things do contribute to your happiness, it's not going to stop you. It's not going to prevent you from being happy. For example, just because it's daylight doesn't mean, oh, I can only breathe during the daylight. What, you going to die during the night? It's not impeding your ability to breathe just because it's now dark outside. So you have to use some other apparatus to breathe. No, it's not the reason why you breathing just because it's nighttime. You breathing because it's oxygen. And it could be oxygen. You could be in a well lit room and there's no oxygen in there. It impedes your ability to breathe. Therefore, you cannot breathe without. You are not just happy because you have material things. You're happy for something else. And that's something else that is making everybody happy varies. So when you find it out, you have to figure it out. You have to seek it in order to understand because everybody has different. I know because this is what I do. So you go out here, you listen to all these people, and then you wonder why you in a bad headspace, why you can't sleep at night, why you tossing and turning. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I'm telling you what's wrong with you. How can you get better? Get professional help. And it's not that expensive. A lot of times we don't know. But a lot of times you could get free counseling, and it's as easy as just asking for it. So you go into a free clinic, so why wouldn't they have free mental health? So yes, there are free, but you do have to, be very careful about free because a lot of people say free ain't free. And that's true. That's true. You still have to use wisdom. You got to take a little bit with a grain of salt, just like you're going to say, well, you got a bad diagnosis from this one doctor, but you saw about seven more of them in different areas, and you finally got to that seventh one who gave you hope, according to what you believe hope looks like for you. So don't go to one person, no one mental professional and think that, oh, this is the one that's going to be the right one, just like you go to a doctor and that doctor wasn't the right one. A medical doctor, a psychologist, or a counselor, they're not all doctors though. They're not all doctors, but they are certified or they are trained to do what they do. Now these are the people you want to talk to. These are the TikToks you want to be listening to. These are the ones you want to be taking to heart, like, oh, that was helpful. Ayana fixed my life. She's certified for that. She's certified for that. This is what she do. That's why it's effective. So it's like people don't understand why teaching and mothering, why these things are so effective. It's effective because that is what these people are certified to do. This is innate in them. This is why it works. And people are looking for it. But you gotta keep looking. If this is not the one for you, you gotta keep looking. You can't just stop at this one and say, "Oh, I tried it; it didn't work out. So now I'm just stuck and I'm just unhelpful. I'm just you." No, you gotta keep going until you find what works for you. And if it takes a little bit of time, it's still gonna be worth it. It'll be worth it. But stop talking to everybody and telling everybody your business and wondering why all your dirt out on the street and you still in a dark place or a darker place because all your business out there and you don't have no help with that. The whole objective of putting your business out there is to get help. I don't care what nobody tell you. I don't care what you say. If you talking, for example, to someone and you just use them as a sounding board, but they tell your business, you know, be strong enough that to understand that even if you're using somebody as a sounding board, your business might end out on the street. But if you talk to a professional who has bound loyalty to the HIPAA, where they cannot tell your business, no matter how interesting or entertaining it will be for them to share what's wrong and what's going on with you. Oh, you see that guy? You see that girl? You think she got it all going on? She looking all good. She getting out that good car. She writing big checks and whatnot. Hey, uh, here's Eddie Norwood. That is my father. My father on my husband's side. I know, Daddy Lee. Tell it like it is. It's because we see all of these people who have all these mental problems. That didn't just come out of nowhere. It came from people are listening to people who are not educated enough to tell you nothing, and it is driving you literally crazy, and you don't even know it. You don't know it until somebody pointed out to you. And by the time somebody pointed out to you a million times and you hit rock bottom, you're like, man, I don't know why. That's the other thing I want to get at real quick before we leave. Somebody told a lie. Somebody told a lie. Yeah, here come the owl again. Somebody said you have to hit rock bottom before you could get up. Somebody saw that as a challenge and said, you know what? I already hit rock bottom. I'm on rock bottom. I'm through the bottom. I'm through the bottom. You done went through so many bottoms now, you can't even see your way out. But let me tell you about something. It doesn't matter what you thinking. Sometimes it takes for you to come to an understanding of yourself and on your own to understand God to meet you wherever you at. And if you done went through a million rock bottoms or whatnot, God can still help you. Because man, he'll sit there and tell you whatever you want to know. He'll take that candy from you like that owl did in the commercial. He'll take that candy and you'll willingly give it and continue to plummet through bottom after bottom after bottom. And you can feel yourself going through these bottoms. There's never been a time in the world where people could weigh as much as they do these days. There's never been a time where somebody could go and be mentally unstable as they are these days and still be left to their own devices. There's never been a time before now where this was the reality and no one helps. I mean, really help, not the kind of help that this guy gives and says, "Oh, I'll take." Not that kind of help. That ulterior motive. It only benefits me, but I'm gonna make you believe it's gonna help you because I'm gonna make it look good, sound good, feel good. Meanwhile, when I'm not in your presence, you're gonna be in such a dark place. I might not see you in the morning. So y'all need to understand the importance of mental health. Mental health is a lot of people out there freely giving it. That's why I'm doing this show because yes, we need to know, we need to recognize. I'll give you a little bit, but I can only take you so far in this public atmosphere. Ayana saved my life. She's not even doing all of it in public. It's a lot that's going on behind the scenes. And a lot of people are watching these shows and they're seeing themselves and they're thinking that the little bit that they're seeing on the surface, that's it. No, it's putting in some time, it's putting in some work, and it's talking about some things, them skeletons in that closet that nobody else knows but you, God, and the person that you did that with. And that's fine. But you still need to mentally work through that. You still need to mentally siphon through all of that hurt, all of that pain, and everything, and you can still be strong. And those people are bound by silence that they cannot tell anybody. Those are the people you need to be talking to. Those are the people you need to talk to so you can feel comfortable getting the help you need. Now, that's why a lot of people turn to their mama. That's why a lot of people turn to the teacher because they trust those people. That's why mothers need a whole month. That's why teachers, you can't have enough good teachers out here. You just can't because they are burdened by all of this. And without the proper help, that profession is going to die. Teaching profession is going to die. They don't have psychologists in the schools like they need them. They don't have the proper help that they need. And they can't balance it on their own because that's not in their job description, because it's not in their training. So go to people who are trained to do this. Now, I got to go. It's been fun yet again. And if you haven't seen the first time I introduced this out, go back because that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Next time, we're going to talk about something brand new, but always we're going to talk about things that's going to help edify your mental well being, because that's vital to everything else that is you. And if you don't have your mental health, you don't have your physical health, and you don't have your financial health. So let's get it together. Y'all come back and see me again. And if you missed it, rewind, because this is the video that we have petitioned for Mother's Month. And I gave all the reasons why. And as Eddie said, yes, soon to come will be something for fathers. But isn't fathers, we talk about it on a different month, right? All right. So next time we're going to talk about something else, and it's going to all be beneficial towards your mental health. Like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget, like, subscribe at the very least. Like and subscribe, because the more you subscribe, the more I can do. All right. See y'all next time.